Hey, what's up, guys? Want to do a quick video here. I bought this knife a while back. It was one of the first, was actually the nicest knife I've gotten to date until I got the Praetorian tie and the Tough Tannic. But I wanted to carry this for a while before I did a video on it. For one, I'm pretty new to this and wasn't certain that I would be able to do it justice on a video. Not that I still, not that I'm capable of doing that now, but at least I'm closer than I was when I first got it. But I'd seen a lot about the Bodegas. I was beyond excited to try to get one. I thought spending $1,000 on a knife was crazy, but I just, for some reason, was drawn to this thing and wanted to go ahead and get one. So I did and ordered it, and it took a while to get to. These guys are on a wait for quite a while. So it took me a while to get, I think 3 months or so, or somewhere around there. I'd ordered it right in the beginning when we starting to collect. I was thinking, screw it, let's just go get a big one. So it took a couple months to come in. And when it did, well, actually, just before it was shipping, they emailed me and asked me, do you want to do this? I think they were asking me if I wanted it like acid etched and stone washed. And I thought about it for a second. I'm like, I don't think I want to do that because I like the shine. And it's difficult to actually see this in the video because of the shine. But I was like, no, I don't think I want to do that. I want the shiny one first. Maybe I'll get a second. Maybe I'll get some other ones and I'll acid etch those. And then I said, but what I will do is I'd ordered it in regular carbon fiber. And I said, since you're asking if it's not too late, can I upgrade this to the lightning strike carbon fiber? He was like, no, it's not a problem at all. We'll go ahead and do it. So a couple weeks later, it comes in and it was everything I wanted it to be. So I'll show you guys real quick what this looks like up close. Then we'll talk a little bit about it. So this has not cut a single thing, not a piece of paper, not anything. So anything on it is from the factory, which I don't think there's anything on it anyway. But the blade design on this is just really cool. I love the groove in the center, this milled out piece here. The cracked ice is amazing. One of the things that really sets this knife off. Lightning strike carbon fiber. Bead blasted titanium. Cracked ice on the clip. And I don't know if this is picking this up or not, but this is a it's like polished inside of this groove here. And as you guys know, and you guys have looked into the Bodegas at all, there's a two-piece system to this. So this is one piece that goes in the back here, and this is a second piece up top. So that if for some reason this wears down, you can replace it. So it's really cool, neat design they've done. More lightning strike on the back. IKBS, as it says on the blade. And I'd heard a lot about the flipping capabilities of this knife. Like it was one of the best. And they were right, it is. So, cracked ice on the back spacer. A little jimping in the back here on the butt of the knife. Lock up on this thing is sitting, I don't know, maybe about 15%, 10 or 15%. So anyway, just a really cool beast of a knife. Closes, I mean, like, so smooth. It's just fires out like a rocket. Very smooth to close. Just an overall incredible piece. When I first got this, I could not figure out how to do this flipper. I mean, I was pushing it, man. You guys probably saw it in the first video. I just had no idea what I was doing. Now I've got it though, so you're not going to catch me doing that again. At least not with this. But love this thing. It is super awesome. Everything everyone said it was going to be. I'm trying to turn it to where the light doesn't catch it too much. And can't be happier with it. In fact, I'm so happy with it. And as you guys know, I've been collecting at probably a ridiculous pace, something that I probably shouldn't be doing. But screw it, I'm doing it anyway. Work hard for my money, so I'm going to spend it where I want it. So anyway, I guess Friday, today's Saturday, so I guess yesterday or the day before, I searched the forums probably like all you crazy nuts do. I'm always looking. It's like literally like you can't close your eyes for a minute or something will pop up and someone will grab it like so quick. So I've been obsessed by this. Like I told you in one of the other videos, my wife and kids are like, geez, are you going to be on the computer all day? And I'm like, I can't. If I turn it off, something might come up and then I'll miss it. You know, like that can't happen. So she didn't quite understand it, but yeah, she supports me, so I appreciate it anyway. So I found one on the forums. It was actually a black gold. It's a black blade, you know, black titanium, and it has all the cracked ice pieces, like in here and on the back and on the clip, are done in a gold color, and it's just phenomenal looking. So I taught, you know, the guy was selling it. It was actually only 10 of them made, and this was number 2. It's funny how the new one I'm getting is number 2, and then my Tannic is also number 2. Must be a theme with me with number 2. Maybe I should play the lottery. Anyway, so we talked to the guy about it, and he was looking to let it go. So I told him, you know what, I'll take it. Well, just before that, I'm going to ramble on for a second here. He had sent me an email about it. You know, it didn't have the paperwork with it, and because of the show that Todd, Begg, and those guys were doing called Blade Brothers, they didn't have time to put all that stuff together, and it was supposed to come with a box, and it didn't, blah, 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 but it was signed, and it was numbered by Todd Begg. So I'd ordered this knife from Todd before, and I'd talked to those guys a few times during the process, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna forward this over to them and see if this sounds legit. You know, not that I don't trust people, but, you know, when you're spending $1,200 on a knife, you want to make sure that it's everything that people are telling you it is. So, long story short, they replied back to me literally right away from Begg and said, it's legit. It's a good knife. No worries. That's exactly what happened, blah, blah, blah. I said, cool. And he goes, by the way, we just made a black gold, and it's available right now, and it's a one-off. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, we did some stuff differently to this one, and it's, instead of it just being the carbon fiber here, it actually is lined in the gold around all the carbon fiber on all the sides. It's done with a DLC coating instead of the Cerakote, and a few other things on it as well. And he's like, it is a one-of-a-kind. We're never going to make one like this again. Do you want it? Oh, and I was like, man, I just got this one from this guy on the forum. I feel bad if I didn't buy that one, but how in the world am I going to pass up a Todd Begg one-off? You know, Jim Skelton's got all the one-offs, so why can't I have the one-offs? You know, he's been doing it for a heck of a lot longer than me. So anyway, I said, you know what? Screw it. I want it. So Todd's going to sign it, number it 1 of 1, give me a certificate of authenticity. So I'm going to have it literally a one-of-a-kind Todd Begg Bodega. So in the meantime, like I said, I would have felt really bad for telling the guy that I'd buy his knife and him have to list it back on the forums. I just didn't, so I bought that too. So now I'm going to have 3 Todd Begg Bodegas. 2 in a black gold. 1 is a one-off. 1 is a regular production. And then this is a production, or I don't know what you want to call it. I know it's not a full custom. So I guess these are mid-techs or whatever they call it. I really could care less. These things are awesome. One of the things I want to talk about real quick, for those of you guys who are looking at, lightning strike carbon fiber is gorgeous. I mean, it really is a good-looking material. It has copper. It's carbon fiber, and it has copper wiring that runs through it. Now, one thing I will tell you is these things can burr up. When I first got this, you know, I was rubbing my hands around it, nicking my fingers, getting cut. These wires will sometimes stick up and jab you. So I called, that's one of the times I talked to the guys over at Begg Knives, and I said, listen, I love the way this looks. What in the hell am I supposed to do? Because it is sticking the hell out of me. I can't even hold the knife, and literally if I hold the knife, I'm going to get cut. He's like, really? Crap. You know, when they send them out, he's like, they touch every section of this knife to make sure there's no burrs. So he gave me a little idea on what to do, and it's basically like breaking these things off. You grab them and going back and forth until they break off, and then they end up seating underneath the carbon fiber. and it worked like a charm. So anyway, so that's my little update on the Begg knife. Like I say, I haven't cut it, haven't used it for a cut test, but the Bodega is a sweet, sweet freaking knife. So if you're interested in getting one, do it. I mean, it's expensive. You know, it's about I guess you can get the G10 ones for about $8.50. Actually, they just came out with the field grade Bodegas, which honestly I'm really not a fan of. You know, and like I said, I'll rant for just a second. I've got some issues with high-end production or high-end custom knife makers putting out a lesser product just to make sales. You know, and I'm not hitting on Todd. I mean, it's a business and you do what you got to do, but I look at it this way, you know, this knife is a very well-known knife. It's a very sought-after knife, which makes it hold its value. The problem I have with making the same knife, now I don't say they can't make lesser knives. You know, make as many knives as you want to and make them as cheap as you want to make them, whatever. But if the Bodega is going to be your go-to, and this is going to be the knife that you count as your high-end and your top-end, and this is the best you offer under the Folder series, which is pretty much what it is. There may be, you know, a couple of the knives in the past that have done that, but don't make the same exact knife in a cheaper version, because, you know, I'm going to go down the road and there's going to be a guy with a field grade Bodega with all G10, the whole thing's G10. To me, it's very ugly. They're even getting rid of the cutouts in the blade. And the guy's going to say, I got a Bodega. Well, you really don't. You've got a really cheaply made, not that it's still IKBS. I'm not dogging the knife. I'm just dogging the fact that they're calling it a Bodega. I don't think that they should have done that. I'm not happy that they did that. I don't think it was necessary to do that. They could have called it something different, made it look very similar, but made some changes to it, and then just called it an entry-level, you know, Todd Begg knife. It's kind of like a Ferrari. You know, a Ferrari is a high-end car, and if Ferrari came out and said, you know what, we're not selling enough of the $200,000 version, let's start making a $35,000 version of it. So then you're driving down the road and you've made a good living for yourself, and you can afford a Ferrari, and you're driving up and you pull up next at a stoplight and there's a guy with a $35,000 Ferrari. He's going, hey man, you know, what do you think about my Ferrari? And you're like, you don't have a Ferrari. This is not a Ferrari. So it's kind of the feel I have. You guys tell me what you think. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. You know, I like Todd and the guys over there, and they do great stuff. It's just something about that just rubs me the wrong way. So leave the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. You know, some of you guys will probably agree with me. Some of you guys probably won't, which is okay. That's why we're all here. We're all made differently, so we have our different thoughts and all that sort of thing. So anyway, this is my little quick, well, not so quick, 13-minute ramble of the Bodega Lightning Strike carbon fiber. If you're interested in getting one, I highly suggest it. They make a great knife, one of the best flippers on the market. I got an RJ Martin coming in soon, so keep touch on that. And I'm going to put these two together along with probably my Browse blades and see how they all hold up together as far as the flipping goes. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. If you like the videos, click the like button. Share them with your friends. I would greatly appreciate it. See you guys soon. Take care.